Scandinavian countries have extremely low levels of spay-neuter rates, like in Sweden, for example, compared to about 70 to 80% of dogs in the US are spayed or neutered. And we do kind of have a way to look at this data through Agria insurance data. About 94% of registered purebred dogs in Sweden were insured, and most of them were insured by this company, Agria. And every few years they release overall reports about specific breeds. Rates of insuring pets in the US are considerably lower than that. But there is the Golden Retriever lifetime study, and the percentages of spayed, neutered, intact are pretty close to the overall population in the US. So let's look at the Swedish data for these Golden Retrievers. Now these are not absolute numbers, and they don't parse out if these animals are castrated or not. But what they do is they compare the relative risk of each breed with all breeds combined. So like here, this red line is Golden Retrievers, and you see that their relative risk of death from neoplasia or cancer is considerably higher than the all breed. Down here, this yellow line is all breeds, and you can see anything over that is their relative risk compared to all breeds. And again, neoplasia is on there. Here are more specific causes of death, again, the yellow line being all breeds, and you can see all the different types of cancers, which fits with what we know about our US population of Golden Retrievers, where about 65% in this study died because of cancer. And here's the percentage breakdown of these cancers in Golden Retrievers. So how does the Swedish data compare to our US data? It's pretty similar. Now, if you remember back to the Swedish data, hemangiosarcoma is not listed on here, but there is like tumor of blood vessels, tumor of the heart, which may or may not be hemangiosarcoma. And this is raw numbers, not relative risk. But you can see that cancers play a huge part in cause of death in Golden Retrievers. What about other breeds? This is from Agria as well, and this is the dog breeds with the highest risk of dying before the age of 7, and the most common cause of death. Pomeranians, most likely to be hit by a car. Cancers in Irish Wolfhounds and Berneys, stomach and intestines in Great Danes. This is things that affect like bones and joints and tend to be breed specific. What about the ones that have a low risk of dying before the age of 7? Tumor, 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 heart, tumor. Agria also has the common causes of death kind of overall. In their data, it was being hit by a car or train, as well as cancer. Again, this is not one-to-one data, but if we make the assumption that being intact is somehow protective against things like cancers, we would expect that these breeds like Golden Retrievers would have about the same rate of cancers as the overall general all breed whatever, if being intact was that protective. And from this data, it doesn't seem like that's the case.